and I'm looking for the acid. I was sneaking out the house. I was geeked up in my classes. Stupid ass decisions, but the classes I was passing. 3.86 GPA, bitch, I really made it happen. 18, started buying stogies cause I could. I was smoking out the swishes and the Dutchies in the woods. I was copping out my flavors. I was smoking hella good. To this day, I still keep grading. Let's just get that understood. Misunderstood, but I bet they second ass won't try me. Cause I know they really like me, baby. San Jose was in the dorm rooms with the box done piping. So I love a bitch that's hypey, baby. Molly hit the scene, so you know your boy gon' have to try it. Ooh, I think I like it, baby. This is what it is. I was rolling, really felt like I was flying. When I came down, felt like dying, baby. Off the Addies up all night was how I passed my midterms. Booty calls at 3 a.m. She taught me I ain't kiss her. Smashing A.O. pie and then I went and smashed her sister. Swear that pussy hella good, but I don't really think I miss her. CC Steven Corbin slid the edge. All right, what's going on? Ayo. That was a little snippet, a little sneak peek of my homeboy's rap career. You can go check that out. Drop a comment in the comment section if you're feeling that, and I'll go ahead and I'll post that in the description or something, or let you guys tap in on the next live session. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Derek here. Derek for real. I forgot that I even have that as my name. It's not my real name, but if anybody watched Blow, that's one of my favorite movies. So Derek for real, the California Connect. That's who he was to Johnny Depp in Blow. He was his California connection, and he's who operated his West Coast operation while he was out east, wherever he stayed, wherever he laid his head. But yeah, I just felt it was fitting since that's what I'm pretty much doing is, I'm out here on the West Coast and I'm sourcing opportunity for everybody out in Houston, virtually wholesaling real estate. So if you're interested in that type of content, do me a favor and hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. I try to cover everything that I do essentially on this channel. I try to go live at least once a day, Monday through Friday. And I really don't have any plans or specific guidelines when I hop on here. I just try to give you guys the real, raw, uncut of what I do every day, which is cold call, lead follow-up, driving for dollars. I have a few pre-recorded videos on my channel if you want to check out how I drive for dollars virtually, just using Google Maps. Go ahead and go to the channel. It's a series or a playlist titled, I think, Driving for Dollars or My Driving for Dollars Process or Virtual Driving for Dollars, something like that. I only have a few playlists, so it won't be hard to find. But yeah, I try to come on here and just share with you guys everything that I do on a day-to-day basis. I've closed 2 deals to be transparent and honest with you guys. This channel was not created as a means to educate anybody, although through going live, I've learned that, I feel like I have a slight bit of imposter syndrome when I enter into this business still, even though I've closed 2 deals. And it opens my eyes to the fact that, yeah, I'm not some pro that wholesales deals every single day, every single week, multiple deals a month, whatever it is, like these pros are doing. But I know now that after closing 2 deals, I certainly know more than somebody who's just starting this business. So I hope that I'm able to, provide them a little bit of value. I hope that they can benefit from these videos, maybe see something that they haven't seen before, take something away from the videos that they haven't already been implementing into their business. But again, my intention is not to educate on this channel, rather just to kind of give you an over-the-shoulder view of what it is I do every day. So without further ado, I'm going to hop back into it. I hopped on earlier. I knocked out a few contacts on the dialer. I had to split and take a break longer than I anticipated. I'm not going to be able to get as much dialing in as possible. I'm trying to get another hour in right now before I have to jet for the evening. So let's do it. I use Call Tools for my dialer. I've been testing it out, figuring out how many lines I can dial off of. I used to use Mojo and use their triple line dialer, but Call Tools, you can dial up to 10 lines at a time. Although based off what I've heard, you really shouldn't do any more than 5 because there's no point. You're not going to be able to connect with them all at the same time. But that's what I'm doing. I'm calling off of anywhere between 3 to 5. I think what I'm going to do to start is when I get a fresh list in there, I'm going to start by calling through it with 2 lines. And then The next time through, call it for 3 lines. The next time through, call it from 4 lines, and then the next time through, call it from 5 lines, and maybe just leave it at that. Because at that point, the list, in all honesty, is probably milked, dry. But some of these lists that I'm calling right now are recycled as all hell, old lists, and people are still picking up that I've never connected with. So I don't know. I'm still testing it out. I'm just kind of getting my feet wet in call tools. I haven't really hit like long calling sessions on call tools to determine what the best practices are. So just trying to take note of something every time I use the dialer, figure out little tweaks here and there to refine my process, figure out the most efficient way, most optimal way to be using the dialer, because I know that it's beneficial. I know that it's built out for, it's not your beginner wholesaler dialer. It's not your rookie friendly or beginner friendly dialer. There's a lot that's going on, a lot of moving parts in the dialer. So I learn something new every day when I'm in there. I just try to, like I said, take note and be intentional about trying to refine the process and not just kind of operating blindly, and wasting money on data, wasting time dialing through lists that aren't getting contacts, that type of stuff. So maybe 1 second, I go blow my nose and I'll be right back. All right. Stop, Coney. All right. Not fucking around. Man, I don't know what it is, but something about me, I'd be the worst person to. I mean, I guess it's worth it, but I'll sign up for something and I will get constant texts like all the time. Let's see if, and I will never text back. I'll just say stop. I just said unsubscribe. And I should have done that months ago. So annoying, but anyways, it's funny now that I'm using text marketing and I understand the struggles, but that was a big business. I'm sure they have the money to spend. All right, hop on the dialer here. Let's see what list I was calling earlier. I'm gonna call through that same list. It was the Fort Bend County absentee for those who are familiar with the Houston metro market. Fort Bend is like southwest Houston. Yeah, getting pretty good contacts on that earlier.
Uh-huh.
Hi, is this Miss Wallace? Take that as a no. Hello?
Thank you for calling ServPro. We are always here.
Hey, Lewis?
Yeah.
Hi there, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Pecan Park Drive.
A property where?
On Pecan Park Drive?
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
I don't think you want to give me what I want.
What is it that you want? What's the magic number here?
The magic number is for me to move out of the house. I have no more issues. Nothing else. So I'm asking 350. Okay.
350 you said?
Yes.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll run back with my partner. We'll run some numbers, and if we can come up there, I'll be sure to give you a call back, okay?
Okay.
All right, I appreciate you
Yeah,
taking
but if it's not that number, don't call.
Okay, I
Okay.
won't. Thank you for taking the call.
Thank you.
Bye now. His estimate on that is 180. Just so you know. People are funny. I bet you even if I gave her 350. Hey, Raymond?
Who's this?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I have the right number. Hopefully you can help me out. I was looking for the owner of a property on Great Lakes Avenue.
No, this is a condominium big building.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay, thank you. Bye.
What up, Jared? Hello? Hello? Not many contact. Yeah. Friday, I bet. I mean, I don't really know, but I'd imagine that not as many people answer, or even if they do answer, they're not really willing to sit there and talk with you for very long because it's Friday. That would be my guess. I don't know though. Not gonna stop me from dialing. Hey, Sergio.
Yes, sir.
Sergio, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Riverside Grove Drive.
He sold already.
Ah, okay, okay. While I have you, would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment?
No, that's it.
No, okay. All right, I appreciate you taking the call.
No.
What you doing, bud? No, just lay down. Don't be digging at it. No, just lay down. No. There's nobody you know, bro. You should get comfy, bro. This dog, man. I'm like right next to the window out here, out back, and right on the other side of the window is the parking for the apartment. So he'll usually do this when my girl pulls up because our parking spot is right underneath our apartment. But I don't know why he's doing this right now. Yeah, and he's always trying to get comfortable by like digging and creating his own little. I'm probably about to do it again. My girl hates that. She makes the bed all nice and stuff, and he goes tearing it up.
9, 5.
I would not have known how to pronounce this person's name. Uwadile Egby. Butchered that. Quit, but I swear it's always something with this guy. I have a dog too. They're weird as fuck. Seriously, it's like hella funny, but when you really get to thinking about it, it's like dogs are hella weird. Say basically on probation. Yeah, I hear you. Never been there myself, but got a lot of friends. I would say do something silly like smoke on some spice or something, but I wouldn't even recommend that. God, hit that one time when my buddy was on probation and he tricked me into doing it. And I was like, this isn't weed, bro. What is this? Oh, it's that spice. What the fuck? Hell no. Yeah, shit doesn't even get you high. I don't even know what that stuff. I don't even get it. I just smoke this plant called Blue Lotus. It's similar effect to weed, but more mellow. Interesting. I've never heard of that. Club I go to out here is called Purple Lotus. At least I used to before they, man, I'll tell the story while I hop back on the dialer. But I used to go to this one club, and then I showed up, and I used to, that's the only club I used to go to. I forget where you're from, but I'm out in California, so you can really just go to the store and buy this stuff now. But it used to be like you needed a medical card. I never got one myself. I don't know why. It just never really appealed to me to like want to go in the store. And honestly, it came with like a sense of like whoever had the card was honestly being used, kind of like that's how I saw it. Like I didn't want to be used for my medical card, but now you just have to be 21 with certain places. Certain places do medical only still, but a lot of places do recreational. You just got to be 21. And that's that this place Purple Lotus was. I used to go out there. It used to be the place that I went to. And one time I got there, there's always a line around the building. So that's what the case was when I pulled up, and I wasn't really thinking anything of it. But then the line wasn't moving, and I got to standing there for like 10 minutes, and then finally somebody came out. It was like a kid, probably younger than me, talking about, oh, our system's down. Sorry, we're getting a hold of our provider to get it back up and running. And that's when I figured out, I was like, wait, this place is run by a bunch of kids. And then his friends came up. They must have been 22, 23 years old. But, then like another 10 minutes went by. Still, we're standing out there. Everybody's standing out there. Like, what the hell's going on? And then he comes out and he makes, hey, Jip. Comes out, makes another announcement. And it's like, sorry for the delay. We're still working with the provider to get everything back up. He says, for you guys' patience, we're going to make sure everybody gets a discount when they get in there. And everybody's, oh, yeah, thank you. Everybody starts cheering. And then we get in there. I'm assuming some people didn't say anything, but I'm going to say something. So I get up there and I talk to my guy, and I'm like, yo, I hate to be this guy. I hate to be that guy, but he was talking about a discount out there, and he was like, oh, yeah, let me see. And then he just didn't say anything, and he just was typing on his computer, rang me up all the same, and was like, yeah, it's however much. And I was like, okay, I paid him. And again, I was like not tripping either way, but then I went out to my car, and I looked at the receipt. I was like, how much of a discount did he really give me? And I can see at the bottom that he took off $20. But I was like, I usually get the same thing every time I go in there. And I thought to myself, like, it didn't really seem like $20 cheaper. And then I look up the receipt, and I can see that he added like a bogus charge for $20. So he added $20 to my tab and then took it off just so that it could say that he took a $20 discount. And I was like, you know what? I'm never coming back here again. I'm like that. I'm that kind of guy. Like about the principal type stuff. Like, don't tell me you're gonna give me a discount and then pretend to give me a discount. Like, come on, bro. And then hello?
Yeah?
Hi, is this Miss Venkat?
Yes, this is she.
Hello, this is Derek. I'm sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Laurel Creek Court.
Yeah, I'm not interested in selling this. Sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem. While I have you, would you happen to have any other properties you might consider selling at the moment?
No.
No, okay. I appreciate you taking the call.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
I wonder if anybody ever thinks to themselves like, dang, he hung up on me hella quick, because I'll hang up on him super quick with the quickness. But yeah, man, don't tell me you're gonna give me a discount, not give me a discount, and then pretend to give me a discount when I ask.
Available. Record your message at the tone.
Like,
When
come
you
on,
are
bro.
finished.
And I haven't been back since. That was the last time I went. My girl always laughs at me when I do shit like that, but I'm a man of principle. Like, come on. I'm a man of my word. Don't tell me you're gonna do something and then not do it and then pretend to do it just to try to make it seem like you did it. Come on, man. So I go to this new place now. They take care of me. How old are you right now? I'm 20, about to be 21 in March. I'm 28. I just turned 28 back in September. I think.
Leave your name and phone number after
I'll be forgetting sometimes. I can't lie. Yeah, 28. That may sound silly, but I'm serious. I really will be forgetting. You know, when you're young, or even around your age, like, because you're looking forward to that 21. But like once you get past 21, 22, 23, it all just starts to blend together, to be honest. Nothing really to look forward to anymore. You know, when you're young, you're looking forward to, 16 to get your license, 18 to, buy tobacco and do whatever else 18 you can do. Go to Mexico and drink or something. 21, drink legally out here. And then after that, it's kind of just all downhill. Yeah, I'm 28. My girl's 29. She's about to turn 30, though, in January. I think. No. She's about to turn 29. She's 28. She's almost a year older than me. She's 20. She turned 28 back in January, turning 29 this January. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Miss Lim?
No. Wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
Psychedelics. I tried mushrooms once. I didn't have enough of it, I don't think, though. My buddy who was into them, me and him split an eighth, and he was telling me, wow, I definitely felt it, but it wasn't nearly as crazy as I was expecting it to be. And my buddy who I did it with, who I split the eighth with, he was telling me, because he did it. I don't know if he may still do it. I don't know, but he was telling me, he's like, oh no, this isn't it. Like, so I wouldn't even say that I have. I mean, I have. Like I said, I tried it that one time, but it was a lot less than what was recommended, and I think they were kind of bunk. It wasn't like the good stuff, quote unquote. I tried a little bit of everything, man, to be honest and transparent. It's really not who I am, but I've always been kind of a smoker, to be honest. I don't even really like drinking like that. Got to try multiple times. Yeah, I mean, that's what my buddy was saying. He was trying to put me on game, but like, I don't know. That's not really for me. I like dabbling with, when I was younger, when I was in college, high school, I messed around with a little bit of everything one time, but just for the experience, just for the experimentation, I guess you can say, but really not something that I'm trying to make a habit of. I really don't have, nowadays I try to prevent myself from smoking until I'm done with my real estate stuff, until I check out for the day. Man, yeah, and see that's another, I mean, that's the thing though. I've considered microdosing. Me and my girl talk about that. She's not. She hasn't tried anything. I mean, me and her used to smoke, but when she used to, she'd just be sipping on it, like just hardly. And but she's turned on to the idea of microdosing because her friend does it with mushrooms, I think. And yeah, she has nothing but good things to say about it. And I kind of, I'm turned on to the idea as well. But I don't know. Nowadays, I don't even have the time to be trying to consider that stuff. Like, it just seems like a hassle to try to get it. Like if I had it in my cabinet right now and I could just like go try it, I would. But I'd have to ask around, try to find it, probably drive out of the way to get it, just to try it. You know what I mean? It's not really worth it to me. Too busy. As far as new ideas, really unlocks a new part of you. But yeah, microdosing is great. Yeah, see, and that's why I'm kind of open to it. All my buddies who have messed with psychedelics have nothing but good things to say about it, because they're the type of people who aren't going to abuse it as well. It doesn't sound like you are that type of person either. Kind of just like using it for the reasons that it's supposed to be used, kind of opening up your third eye. So no judge. Hey, Robert.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own over on Tecumseh Court.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
No, our renters there are personal friends, and we wouldn't want to do that to them.
Yeah, understood. While I have you, would you happen to have any other property you might consider selling at the moment?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the call anyways.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one. What a guy. Yeah, see, exactly. He got it by all means, but I think I missed that window of opportunity for me to just be having it on hand. It would be a hassle to try to find it. Well, I take that back. Hello? It wouldn't be a hassle, but I would have to drive out of the way for sure. I live in San Jose. If you're familiar with, I don't know where you said you were from, Jared. I'm pretty sure you're out in Texas. Yeah, exactly. Wealthy, successful people. Yeah. You hear of, there's a Netflix special, something about like psychedelics, and they had people on there speaking about their experiences, like famous people. I think a lot of them were actors and actresses, but I kind of like that one. I forget what it was called, but
Please leave a message after.
But yeah, I was gonna say, just if you're familiar with the area, I live in the South Bay of San Francisco Bay Area. I grew up pretty much in San Francisco. not in San Francisco, but like a 10-minute drive south of San Francisco. But that's where all my friends live now. It's like an hour drive from me. A little. Hello? Hello? A little more, to be honest, like an hour and a half, because they live on the other end of the city. It would take me like an hour to get to the city, but like honestly, like depending on what time of the day, 2 hours to get to the other end. I try to get out there to see them every so often, but that's where I would likely have to go. Yeah, family out in Cali. Yeah, seems like that is the case for a lot of people out in Texas nowadays. A lot of people moving from Cali to Texas. So, and I don't. It's so funny. I only call it Cali because I just saw you call it there. Me and my girl had this conversation. I don't. If you're from California, I don't think you would actually call it Cali. Or if you were born and raised here, Cali is such like a, to me at least. Hello. Hello. My dog throwing up in the back. To me at least, it was in the Bay, California. I call it, it's funny, like I call it California. And I think that a lot of people from out here call it that as well. I'm trying to think what our conversation was based around. Or like people will call it the Bay Area. That's not that bad, but I just call it the Bay. Was born in like San Jose area. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. San Jose. Or a little out. I went to San Jose State for college. Hello?
Hello. हाँ जी बोलो.
Hello?
हाँ जी मकसूद बोल रहा हूँ.
Hi there, is this Mr. Ayub?
Yes sir.
Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random here, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Jamar Drive.
Sorry, it's not me. I'm sorry. Wrong number.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. It's the wrong number. I got another Mr. Ayub. I find that hard to believe. Maybe his brother or something. But yeah, both me and my girl went to San Jose State. That's where we met. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I have the right number here. I'm hoping that you could help me out. I was looking for the owner of a property on Hollywood Lane.
Not for sale, please.
Oh, okay. Thank you for taking the call. I would have butchered that one too. Alusola Ogun Sakin. Yeah, they really don't. Although I have had a few Oriental leads recently that are talking pretty favorable, and one gentleman, I ended up losing that deal to somebody else. I guess I just didn't follow up, or I don't know, he didn't trust us. But I actually sent my property specialist out to his property. He was an Indian guy, and he was just really analytical. I think it was I mentioned this on the channel before, but I'm pretty sure it was a cultural thing, because that is how they operate in the culture. Negotiations are really, like really strong in their culture, and doing their due diligence is also part of their culture. They're gonna dot all their I's and cross all their T's, which is completely understandable. And that's what he was looking to do. And I think that he just kind of poked too many holes in our system and our operation and didn't feel comfortable. But he had a vacant property. It was really bad condition. And we even, I think, came to a verbal agreement with that gentleman, or we were like $10,000 off, and 20,000. We were pretty close, but every time we would call back, and I'd be like, "Hey, you spoke with my partner," and we would come to like a soft agreement at like 220. But every time I called back, I was like, "Yeah, I was calling about that property over on this street," and he'd be like, "Yeah, 270." And this was like every time I called back. I was like, "What?" Uh, I, I was just spoke with my partner, and he said that you guys kind of had a soft agreement at 220 ish, and he's like, "No, 270." Okay, and then I would talk with him, kind of reset his expectations, and then he'd be at like 240, and then I'd call back, and he'd be like, "Yeah, 275." And then I ended up just hello.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Barnes?
Sorry?
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I have the right number here. Hopefully you can help me out. I was looking for the owner of a property on Pleasant Trail.
Sorry, you're looking for who?
I'm sorry. I think I dialed the wrong number here.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mr. Matthew?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Oakdale Drive.
Oh yeah, that property is still there. It's not for sale.
Oh, okay. Completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I appreciate you taking the call. Yo, where are the leads at? Hey, Daniel.
This is not Daniel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you could help me out. Didn't know if I had the right number here. I was looking for the owner of a property on Fontana Drive.
No, that's not my property.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, while I have you, would you happen to have any property you might consider selling at the moment?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I appreciate you taking the call.
All right, bye.
Let's check the number and dial again.
It's called Sideline, and I actually just signed up for it earlier. Jared. Yeah, Sideline is the number, or is the app. And I literally just set it up like an hour ago. It's funny you ask. Um, $10 a month, cheaper if you want to pay for the year in advance. I think it knocks it down to like $8.30 or something like that. $8.30 a month. if you buy the full year, or even if you buy 6 months, I think you'll get that discount. Something to consider. Yeah, it's an app. I'm pretty sure that maybe all it is. I'll show you. I'll pull it up right now. Blank right now, but it's because I'm not in it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I can't really tell you anything about it, but it's its own little, just like Google Voice, to be honest. Now, this is the number that I plan on using to dial my follow-ups off of. And then only once they're like hot leads, or maybe they ask for a number to save for me, I'm going to give them my Google Voice. I should have been doing something like this. So now I have like 4 or 5 caller IDs that Call Tools cycles through while I'm cold calling. I have like 3 or 4 numbers, different numbers than the caller IDs that I just mentioned, that get rotated while I text. And now I have this sideline number that I'm going to be using to call either my follow-ups or the people who text back, kind of like that gray area where they're not really a lead yet, but I still want to call them without calling them from my Google Voice number, because my Google Voice number is going to be dedicated for like the hot leads. Save this number. This is my cell phone number for the people out there. And then that's going to be my last number. So the sideline number for all my follow-ups, and then my Google Voice is going to be like my cell phone, because it has the local area code. And I'm just not sure how sideline works. I don't know if you can stack like more than one sideline number in there. Yeah, but it looks like it's fairly easy to just swap it out for a new one. And I always with all of this, I'm hesitant to get rid of numbers, because I always think that people, I want to allow somebody the opportunity to contact me later down the road if they change their mind about selling, or if they're ready now when they weren't in the past. But in all honesty, as long as I'm following up with them on whatever number, I'll still be in contact with them. That was something that I had to tell myself earlier when I...
Hello?
Hey, guy.
This is that guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I have the wrong number here?
What is this concern to?
Yeah. I was looking for the owner of a property on Camino Verde Drive. And then he hung up. Wrong number. Although that might have been Guy. I don't know. Use it for the bandit signs. Yeah, that's a good idea. And if that's the only other separate marketing channel that you want just a random number for, then I think that's a good idea. But if you plan on rolling out multiple marketing channels and multiple marketing campaigns, then I would recommend, I don't use it personally, but I know everybody uses, is it REI Rail or Call Rail? One of those. And it's meant for exactly what you're trying to do. Just allocating or assigning dedicated dummy numbers to specific marketing channels. That way you can start assessing whether or not you're getting a return on your investment based off of the calls that you get, if that makes sense. Just a way to track your marketing based on what number you're getting called on. So it's like if you have 10 numbers and they're for 10 different marketing channels, you'll never know what marketing is working if you're not like paying attention to the numbers. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you have like a number for bandit signs, a number for that you have on your website, a number that you put up on your Instagram ads, a number, whatever the case may be, and you're getting calls, inbound calls on all of them, and you're closing deals, and you're not tracking where those calls came from, then I guess you could scale, but it'd be a lot better if you could say, whoa, I got no deals from bandit signs and I got 2 deals from these Instagram ads, and I can tell because those 2 calls came in on this number. And that's what I think call rail is what it is. That's what allows you to kind of track that. But that's, again, if you're doing it, it's kind of like big time when you have multiple numbers out in the world in terms of your marketing, and you're doing things at scale, and you want to be able to see which marketing channel is most effective based on where you're getting these inbound calls. Hello? I hate this. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Bandit signs are the real deal. Especially, I just don't have the means to do it effectively because I'm not there. If you heard me say this on my channel before, me and my partner back in the day ordered a couple hundred and we hired somebody off Craigslist to put them out. I would probably bet big money that they never got put out, but just because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it stuck. But I definitely see people out in Houston specifically doing bandit signs and closing deals. You just got to stay consistent. And that's what I was going to ask. How many signs do you think you're going to order? Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about that, Jared. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We could definitely work something out like that later down the road.
Hello.
Hey, Gary.
Who's this?
Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Lycombe Drive. You think that was Gary? I think it was. But yeah, feel that, Jared. Yeah, some handwritten signs. Shoot, probably order like 200. Yeah, that's what I would say is. That's the thing with any marketing is, if you're gonna try it, just make sure that you're trying it for like 3 months and you're staying consistent with whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're gonna put up 50 signs a week, just know and try to account for that to have so many signs. You know what I mean? Because that's not really marketing if you're just gonna throw them out overnight and then never put up any more after that. And I don't really know how it works out there or anywhere really with bandit signs. I know people will take them down after the weekend because the city workers will just go and collect them anyways on like Monday morning. I know people will try to make it hard for the city to go and collect them, and they'll put it like high up on the telephone poles. I just don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then yeah. Let me know how that goes. I'd be interested to know. Hey, Jerry. up with this? That's enough of this fan. Getting pretty chilly in here.
Leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Hey, Harry. A little late. Little late. What's going on, everybody? Let me know. How you feeling? How you feeling on this Friday? You marketing today? You guys market on Fridays? Or the weekends? Let me know. Let me know some wins or losses that you had this week too. Tell you, I had a lot. I don't know if I really had a loss. I mean, Maryland. That was more last week though. But wins, I generated this pretty good lead. 6 single families that he's looking to sell and offload. I'm gonna hear back from him hopefully either this weekend or early next week. And I actually just made a post to my group here, and my coach said that he actually may be interested in buying them. So that'd be cool. It'd be a very easy, transition, easy dispo. I may even actually refer it to his little partnership JV program where I can have somebody over there lock it up for me if it seems like I'm not going to be able to keep up with the seller finance conversation. So we'll see. That'll be an interesting one. We here. Done them before, bandit signs, working in some places, but not everywhere. When I did it, I got a lot of people calling me saying they wanted to rent. And wholesalers. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, it's Mr. Kelly.
Wait.
Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Eaglewood Trail Drive.
Sorry. Número equivocado.
I'm sorry? I would say that was the wrong number. Didn't seem like a Janice Kelly. Yo, what's up, Troy? Everyday worst they can say is hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Miss Ebanks?
And you are?
Hey, this is Derek. I'm sorry, I know this is a bit random here, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Bow Ridge Lane.
What about it?
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
No. No, thank you.
No, okay, I appreciate you taking the call. Uh-huh. Worst they can say is no. Feel that. Got only one call. Got only one call me back in 6 months or in 1 year off the bandit signs. Yo, what's up, Troy? What list you calling? This is an absentee list here. I gotta clue. It is so fucking cool, man. Absentee list. There's also some other parameters in here, but just generally speaking, it's an absentee list. When I pulled these lists back, when I did, I think I tend to stick to people who own like 3 to 4 properties or less, have owned the property that I'm calling on for at least 7 years. I like to keep it under, I think under 350,000, depending on what area I'm marketing to. Under 3,000 square feet, stuff like that. Like little stuff here and there that's gonna refine it a little bit more. But generally speaking, it's just an absentee list. Jared asked, how many did you put out over how long? I will always love dogs. Be right back. Bought 200, split it into 2, making 400 in nos. Put it about 150, but they kept taking it down. I was getting a lot of calls from people wanting to rent and other wholesalers. My market is New York, so it's a totally different monster. Yeah, I feel that. Sorry, bud. Cold. That's another thing, like he just mentioned. It's something else to consider is, know what comes with this type of marketing, which is going to be you needing to answer the phone when it rings. You can't afford to let it go to voicemail because that's a hot lead if it is. So since you're kind of obligated, or at least you should feel some sense of obligation to yourself to answer the phone when it rings, you're going to deal with a lot of people who aren't real leads. No. Fire damage property, 75K. Rehab. Am I missing something, Troy? You got a lead or something? I think I might have missed. What are you referring to? That fire damage property. Is that a lead you're working? A contract you got? Hello?
Yes.
Hi, is this Miss Yao?
Who?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I have the right number here.
Oh, no. Yeah, you don't.
Oh, okay. Thanks for taking the call anyways.
Okay, bye.
She knew why I was calling. She gets the same calls every day, I'm sure. What's up, everybody? Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, is Lewis?
Yep.
Hey there, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Hickory Glen Drive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
No, I'm not interested.
Okay, completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment?
No, right now I'm not. I'm looking to sell anything.
Okay, all right. I appreciate you taking the call.
No problem.
Bye now. I don't know why. I thought that was going to be a winner for some reason. I pulled them up on Zillow and everything. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Ms. Al?
Who?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I have the right number here. Hopefully you can... Okay. Wrong number. Yeah, I see you, Troy. I got like a couple more minutes left to dial through the rest of this list, and then I'll check it out. Everybody in here, do me a favor, hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. She said, who? Thank you guys. Coming with the love. Yeah, Troy, I see that. What I guess I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. Like I said, I got a couple more minutes. I'll check it out. I'm not too familiar with fire damage property, but if the property can be salvaged and it doesn't need to like go through any type of different processes, but in order to actually close on it, then I can take a look. But if you need to like jump through more hoops because there's fire damage, then I'm gonna point you in the direction of somebody who can help you out. I'll go ahead and type him in here now. Elijah Rubin is an educator in the space, and he specializes in fire damage property. So definitely check him out. No, it didn't send, Troy. I figured I was missing some message or something. All I see is you saying it's a fire. The first thing I saw you say is it's a fire damage property. So I thought I was missing something. Hey, Henry.
Hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I have the right number here. Hopefully, you can help me out. I was looking for the owner of a property on Creekshire Drive. Hello? Many stop as I started putting out the signs by 4 a.m. in the morning. At 6 a.m. I was finished on my way to work by 9 a.m. I feel were ripped off. Ripped off. I was like, yeah, exactly. That's why I know a lot of people who do it in markets where that is the case. They will do it and they'll put it out Friday evening at like 6 p.m. when the city workers stop working, knowing that it will at least be up until Monday morning when they get ripped down. So I know people will do that. And also, again, there will be people who go out there at that time, 4, 6 a.m. Monday morning, and go and collect them so they don't have to continue rebuying them. They don't have to waste money and rebuying new signs just because the city takes them, essentially. Just DM'd you. All right. On Instagram? Yeah, I see. So we didn't like these two. All right. Hey, I appreciate this, bro. I'm going to take a look. Troy, I'm reading this right now. Troy brought me a lead. Sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, Troy, but you locked it up. And then when you went to go, I'm assuming, renegotiate the price, the seller was turned off. And then you ended up just canceling the contract, if I had to guess. And you're telling me don't bring up Troy. I won't. Appreciate that, man. Hopefully this works out. And again, based off my understanding and what I'm gathering from this is it sounds like maybe you have a buyer because you're saying that you can move it in one day. So I'm imagining maybe you have a buyer for it and you know what price the buyer is going to get it or is willing to pay for it. So that's why you're confident in that 65 to 70 range there. I locked it up at 87, but he lied about the repairs. Yeah, okay. All right. I see. I'll be done calling through this list in a minute, and I'm going to take a look at that. I might even call him right now. I am running late, though, so I probably won't. I'm going to call him on Monday, though, for sure. I'm going to create a little property for him in my dialer so that I can follow up on Monday. And yeah, hopefully have a productive conversation. So you have a buyer, Troy? You have a buyer around that price, I'm imagining? Maybe a little lower than 87? I asked because you seem very confident in being able to move it. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm imagining that you're telling me to lock it up at a certain price because you have a buyer already at a certain price. But I'm going to try to get it as low as possible. All right, 10 more properties to dial through. Let's see if we can squeeze a contact, maybe even a lead out of it. But with my luck nowadays, got buyers at 80. Yeah, okay. Shoot, yeah, I'm going to try to get some around 60 or lower to take down a nice 10 piece each. What's going on, everybody? Anybody in here who's just joining, do me a favor, hit that like button before you leave. And subscribe if you haven't already and you're enjoying this content, this type of content. Go live every day, Monday through Friday, and we'd love to have you join us in future sessions. All right, that's the end of that list right there. Hop out of this campaign. Oh, it says it's the end of the list, but all right. I think that's the end of the list. It still says there's a few. Okay, there it goes. All right. Boom. Let me hop over to the manager dashboard. Take a look at the numbers for the day. Total 1,300 dials. Connected with 50, or I didn't connect with, but 57 humans. 8 of those were abandoned, which is much lower. Like I said, I mentioned this in my earlier stream. I was making a point of it today to be on the dialer tab and dispo, like mark it as either wrong number, contact, not interested, get all of that contact disposition, do that as quick as possible, and get on to the next one to open up the line in case somebody had already answered on a different line. So it definitely reduced my abandon rate significantly. Usually I'm sitting at anywhere between 25 to 35%. Today, I was able to drop it down to 14. Still, that's 8 people that answered the phone, and I was not there on the line to talk with them. So that's why I'm going to, moving forward, try to play around with the number of lines that I'm dialing off of. Like I mentioned, when I first dial through a list that I just skip traced, I'll probably start with 2 lines, right? Because you're going to get a lot more answers. Granted, a lot of them are going to be wrong numbers, and you got to trim the fat the first couple times through the list. And then the next time I call through, maybe increase it to 3 lines. The next time I call through, increase it to 4. The next time, increase it to 5. And then I probably won't go any higher than 5. And then just call through a couple more times using 5 lines. So definitely saw the difference today in being more attentive to the dialer tab and not sitting in the post call screen for too long and kind of chatting with you guys, but rather just clicking over, submitting the call disposition as quickly as possible. So let me see. I don't think I've hardly connected with anybody today, but 14 contacts on the day, 19 wrong numbers still after calling through this list so many times. 7 voicemail machines that patch through. I made my own little dispo called voicemail machine, just because I'm trying to get a feel too if it's worth it to have the voicemail detection even up there, or like implemented. Or Call Tools will also give you the option between 3: slow, normal, or fast, of how quickly it connects you. If you do fast, you're going to get more voicemails because it doesn't have enough time to use the voicemail detection software. If you do slow, you're going to get a whole lot less voicemails, but you're also going to sacrifice those first few seconds on the phone call. And in all likelihood, your abandon rate is going to increase because somebody's going to be on the phone saying, hello, hello, hang up before you even get on the line, because the voicemail detection was doing its thing and going slow, like you'd said, and waiting to be sure, okay, yes, this is a human. Let me patch it through to Derek. But by that time, it may be too late. So I'm just trying to take note as well. That's why I added my own little call disposition called voicemail machine, because I also want to just kind of track that. So today, I got patched through to 7 voicemails. I have all of mine as fast because I would rather get a hold of the voicemail as opposed to lose out on opportunities to have conversations. But yeah, just that's a little brief explanation. My dialing ratio is 5%. What do you mean now? Your contact ratio or your abandon rate, like I was talking about? Because if your abandon rate is 5%, that's fire. Sitting up by 80 minutes. Yeah. Let me take a look at that property right now. First, I'm going to take a look on Google Maps to see what it looks like from Street View. pull that DM back up. Familiar with this area, but good to me. All right. Shoot, looks to be in a nice little neighborhood too. So Google Street View doesn't look like it shows any damage. So fire probably happened after this photo was taken. Although, I mean, this property doesn't look to be in great condition anyway. Maybe this was post-fire. I don't know. One thing that I do note about this one, though, is something that I take note of on properties that have this is, and I think it's just a good point to mention, probably nothing that you guys haven't already heard before, but this one has a wheelchair accessible ramp on the side of the building here. Which indicates that somebody needed access. Somebody who was unable to walk anymore. So nope, it's good on the outside. Okay. Dialing ratio is 5% contact rate. Yeah. Now is that on numbers dialed? Oh dang. Okay, you already got pictures and stuff. I'm assuming that's what this is, but you just sent me. Just sent you pics. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. This is the real deal then. I didn't realize. So how'd you get a hold of this person? Was it just somebody on a list? Curious to know the origin of this lead. Vacant, I can see. Maybe it was on a vacant list. This gentleman owns 2 properties. The property that he lives in and this property. You're right. This property is costing him money. Looks like he owns it free and clear. So he is probably just paying taxes, but still, it's just money down the drain if he doesn't plan on doing the renovations to it. He's not cash flowing. It's vacant. So drive for dollars. Yeah, okay. I was going to say this is probably one that I would have added to my drive for dollars list because of that wheelchair accessible stuff and all the other stuff that it has kind of going on in the back. And are you in this market? You're not virtually driving for dollars, or are you? Just curious to know what the difference of what it looks like. Let me pull it up in your pictures that you just sent me. What it looks like on Google Street View versus what it actually looks like. I think the picture in Google was taken 2019. Okay, just to be sure, what I'm looking at here is, oh, I see what you did. Okay. Yeah. Man, so you went out there and everything, huh? Or had somebody go out there. Yeah, it's all part of the game, though. If you don't know, or if anybody is watching this and doesn't know, I have gotten 5 contracts, but I've only closed 2 deals. So I know the feeling. I've canceled 3 deals myself. 1, because it was too high. 2, because the tenant was giving us a problem and they wouldn't let us walk the property. And 3, because the seller got scared and I didn't want to hold them hostage. So I just canceled the contract because people are already giving me feedback on that one. That one was out in the boonies. Cash buyers weren't even that interested. I'm a one-man team, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah. I feel that too. Shoot. All right. I see the exterior. Let me take a look at the interior. Woo! Yeah. Yikes. I mean, yeah, this is pretty much gut. Gonna be a gut job. Unless somebody wants to like preserve this wood paneling, but I don't think it would be very attractive to an end buyer, retail buyer, in my opinion at least. I wouldn't be attracted to it. Yeah, so it's pretty much gut, full, like you're saying, fire damage, full rehab. Let me pull it up on PropStream. I already did pull it up on PropStream. You know how many bedrooms it is? It doesn't say on PropStream, which is pretty common for places out in Texas. I could probably find out based on the pictures, but off the top of your head, do you remember how many bedrooms it is? 3-2. All right. 3-2. 2 full baths too, because on PropStream it says 1.5. Just to be sure. I know I sound like I'm nitpicking here, but just to be sure. And while you respond to that, I'm going to start comping it. 1468 square feet. I'll go minimum 1200. Or maximum 1750. I'll go minimum like 1180. Year built 62. I'll go 50 to 70. Last year, let me check for sure. Let me know. So I'm looking at 14 that sold in the. Oh no, I'm not. I'm looking at one that did not sell but went for rent. So what did I say? It's at 62. Let me pull it up to 72. See if. Pull it back a year. See if that gives me any more data. So 3 properties, one sold right around the block in July of 2020. This one does have pictures. Let's see if it was a flip. Yes, no, it wasn't a flip. So interestingly enough, this comp here also has that wood paneling that I was just talking about, or that maybe it's just the cabinetry that they left. This is like, yeah, the kitchen was just kind of like preserved. Bathroom was nothing special. You know what? This may even be somebody's house. It doesn't look like it's a flip, actually. It looks like this is just a retail sale. Cool little setup, though. They got a basement here. Does yours have a basement? I didn't think that was relevant out here. The buyer's package has all info in there. Oh, okay. Oh, you're official with it. This is what you sent out for your marketing piece? This looks nice, bro. Yeah, this is nice. All right, yeah. So you were asking 95, had buyers come in at 80. You have ARV at 195, rents 14 to 16. You got the comps here. Let's see if this comp that I'm looking at is one of the comps that you have. It's not. I'm not really getting much activity at all, though. Oh, you know what? This is not even a comp to be. Oh, no, yeah, it is. Anyways, this one's a 3-2. This one is 1,300 square feet. So this one's about 160 square feet smaller. I don't know why it has estimated value of $818,000 though. Something's wrong there. But yeah, that one's in decent shape. So let's take a look. That one sold for 158. Same beds, baths. Well, hey bud, come on. 160 square feet smaller. So let's call it conservatively. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't even really need to do this because you already have buyers, like you're saying. I'm just curious. Oh, this one has a double lot. That's why. Ours is 3 years newer. Same subdivision, right around the block. I mean, shoot. Prop stream has estimated value of 290 here. I don't know what's going on, but let's take a look at this one. Right down the street here. This one, let's see. Interesting. Okay, this one sold as is, but like rent ready. Definitely could use some repairs. That one sold for $56,000 back in April of 2020 with one less bathroom, 200 extra square feet, $2,500 less on the lot and 7 years older. Yeah, so I mean, this is something that I may use as a bro. I'm top solo wholesaler in Dallas. You need a deal move, I got you. All right, shit. Double down on rapport with him when you do call him. Yeah, exactly. That's why, you know, I'm that's why I want to get a little bit more familiar with the area and stuff so that I know, sounds like, at least like I know what I'm talking about, so that I can maybe point to like this comp that went as is for 56 and use that as leverage to try to reset his expectations. This one sold 56 last year in much better shape than his is. Um, well, to be honest, it doesn't really look. I would have to. I got to look a little bit deeper to figure out how extensive the fire damage is. Fire damage property with really good bones. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say because it looks pretty decent. It just looks like a mess, and it wouldn't cost much to kind of clear it out and have it look similar to this one that went for 56,000 last April or 2020 April, so almost 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago. Um, and that's something that I can kind of use as leverage. Not only did it go for 56, but it has, an extra 200 square feet on the building here. So, stuff like that. I'd love to kind of leverage. Foundation needs item repaired. All right. Yeah, bro. I'm going to take a look at this for sure. I don't really, just see your DM. I'm going to drop it in here in case anybody else ever has opportunities that they want a second opinion on, or just want to, reach out and say that I'm the best YouTuber out, feel free. But that's the email right there. But yeah, like I was saying, it's kind of just the one reason I'm really taking a deep dive into it is because I want to become a little bit more familiar, possibly pull up some comps that I can use in conversation. But I definitely will give this guy a call on Monday. I got a jet right now, though. I appreciate you, Troy. Is Troy your name? I see that your Instagram name is something different. I'm just gonna call you Troy, but appreciate you for thinking about me, honestly, in this case. And I hope that I'm able to help out. If the only reason I wouldn't be able to get this under contract, clearly he's wanting to sell. Clearly he's considered and gone through the process. Now it's just going to come down to how motivated he truly is. And I think that how recent was this that this fell through? I think that that's also going to be a huge factor in this. This is like a two-man game that me and my partner used to play all the time. Yeah, no problem, bro. Too much money out there to be selfish. Yeah, agreed. And if both of us can eat off this, then let's do it. Collaboration over competition, 100%. That's why I'm not really, when it comes down to 3 months ago. Yeah, so for sure, it's still fresh in his mind, and hopefully he still remembers those figures. I was gonna say this is something two-man game that me and my partner used to play all the time, working the deal. You can play one way or another, right? If you came in and you wanted to anchor him, there was only one way to play this one now because you've already gone under contract and backed out, and now it's. But anyways, that's one way to do it is have somebody come in with a price, and then have it not work, or say that's the best I could do or whatever, and have somebody and then them be like, oh no. So like if you knew, like, let's just say from the beginning, if you knew 65, if both of us knew 65,000 was gonna work, you would come in and you would offer him 65,000, and then if he's like, oh no, I need more than that, and you're like, sorry, that's the best I can do, and then he's like, oh no, you got to be able to do better than that. Like, no, I'm sorry, like the numbers, yada yada yada. And then I call, a week later, a couple of days later, and just fresh cold call, as if like you're saying, I have no idea who you are. And then I offer 50, and I'm also very confident. I'm sorry. And then they say, oh, I already had another offer for 65. Well, to be honest, I try to be as honest with everybody and transparent as possible. Knowing the numbers, knowing the market, I wouldn't be able to go up that high. I actually recommend that if you still have that person's number, you give them a call and see if they're still willing to do 65, because I think that's a great deal, and you kind of play with them a little bit like that. And that's one way to do it. Or you can do it the other way, where the first person calls and they anchor him, and and try to appear as if that's the best they can do. Like if the 65 was the max allowable for us, the first person calls and they offer 45, 50, and he's like, oh, and he's insulted, and then you're saying that's the best I can do, you know. And then somebody else comes along and just does the complete opposite of what I was saying, you know. Like, oh, I had some other people calling me and they were offering me 40,000, and then you kind of joke with him like 40,000. Oh my God, that's way too low. I don't blame you for not taking that. We definitely be able to give you more. I don't know. What are you expecting? And hopefully the idea behind that play is that the first person's anchor price of 40 at least reset their expectations enough where they're not going to ask for 100,000. Now they already have the 40 in their head. They know that that's low, but now when they go to give their asking price, maybe they say 70, 80, to where it's a little bit more reasonable to work with in terms of negotiation. And then you come in, oh, I wouldn't be able to go that high. Like I said, I'd be able to definitely give you more than 40, but I'm looking at, it's still a fire damaged property. It's still going to take a good, decent amount of money to bring this all the way up to 2022 standards. Now that we're entering into the new year, people are expecting brand new everything. So, I would still have to be somewhere around 50 to 55 if that's something that you can, get on board with. And then he's, oh no, but then now you're negotiating and you end up somewhere around that 65. So there's definitely two ways that you can play that 2-man game. And anybody in here that's wanting to do that, I'm definitely willing to play it because it's definitely a good one. Element of a good tactic. Yeah, for sure. You just got to play around, like I kind of assume that these sellers are already getting calls like this from other people who are lowballing them. So I love when people say, oh, somebody already offered me this and I thought that was way too low. And it is way lower than what I'm offering. I love to enter into the conversation like that. And on the flip side, somebody locked it up too high and was unable to, fulfill their end of the deal and close on the property. Then same thing. I love it when that's the case because then I have the opportunity to educate them and explain to them why my price is going to be lower than that. But that's because I'm confident in this number, especially now that, I wouldn't say this, but especially now that the person before me, locked it up at this price and was unable to move it. So definitely some opportunity there to do that. Can you do that on this lead I have? Toss it over, bro. I'm telling you, I'm willing to play that with any of you guys, to play that game. Just emailed you the call so I understand what you're getting into, and I'd love your advice on what I can do better. All right. Yeah. Definitely listen to that. I can listen to that this evening. I'll do that. I'll give that a listen. That'll help me out a lot too, because then I can figure out the dynamics, figure out what type of personality this guy has, and that'll allow me just that type of insight so that I can go into the conversation with a little bit more knowledge, even though, like you had mentioned and that I had mentioned, even though I'm going to enter into the conversation as if it's a cold call, just knowing that he has some consideration. I may not use my cold call script because he may very well just not want to talk to me and hang up and say, no, I'm not selling it. So I may try to enter into it saying, I can just make something up, to be honest. I can just bullshit him. I can just say, hey, I think you talked with my partner, and just use a different name. I think you spoke with my partner about a month ago, maybe, in regards to your property on this street. And I just wanted to round back, see if you had still considering selling that place. Oh, yeah. Who's your partner? Oh, Jessica. Do you recall speaking with her? Hopefully your wife or your girl's name isn't Jessica, because it looks like it's a family business. So let me know if Jessica works. That's the name I typically tend to use because that is the name of it's funny. There's a girl in my coaching program who you can refer leads to and kind of do what we're talking about right here, is play this game with her. And her name is not Jessica, but that's what she goes by. So it's funny. I use that name just like I would, just like I mentioned. Yeah, my partner, Jessica. And then he's probably going to say, no, I don't recall talking to her, which is fine. It's like, oh, okay, because I have your address one way or another. It doesn't really matter if you remember talking with her or not. But oh, okay, yeah. Did you still have some consideration in selling that place? Yeah, but nobody wants to give me what I want. What do you want? I need at least 80,000. Well, I'm hoping that well, let me know. Did you attempt to renegotiate this? Or was it just so high and then when you went back to him, he got turned off before you even talked numbers? Um, if you did attempt to renegotiate this, I'd like to know what number you tried to get him down to or what you proposed as the new price. That will give me an idea of whether or not his expectations are reset. LMAO, bro, I'm 19. I had to make that website so people would sell their house. You're good. Yeah, I feel that. Shoot. 19, I wish I started making moves like this when I was in college. I was making moves, but nothing like this. Not gonna lie, I just ghosted. He thinks it's worth a lot, but it's not. Okay, yeah. So that's cool. Um, did you get a cancellation sign? Did you get the agreement like an official? Well, okay. A few questions here before you answer that. So it sounds like you didn't propose any price. It sounds like it kind of just fizzled out. But two questions on that. He thinks the repair is 15,000. Jeez. Uh, Two questions. Did you bring it to title? Did you open escrow? And if you did you get an official cancellation signed off on by him and bring that to title? I'd like to know those two things. Did you open escrow and did you actually formally cancel it? Because if you didn't bring it to escrow, then technically you don't even really have a contract because you didn't submit any earnest money. But if you did open escrow and submit your agreed upon earnest money, then two, you need his cancel or you know what I mean. Yes, it was entitled and no contract, just dipped. Okay, then I don't think it will be an issue because uh I contract ended it. Okay, so there was an expiration date. That was what I was thinking. That's cool then. All right. Because yeah, that was gonna be my concern. But then at the end of the day, it wouldn't really matter because you're the contract holder and you're not holding it hostage. So if anything, we probably would have just needed your signature to like to clear title. If there's anything to cloud title, it would have just ended with you. The buck would have stopped with you because you were the contract holder. So I think that's good. I think we're all in the clear right there, especially if there's an expiration date on that contract. So just something to consider. But, all right. What I'm going to do tonight is listen to that phone call, as long as it's not something crazy long. I'll definitely listen to it, but I really don't need to get into the meat and potatoes of it because I already know everything that I need to know because you already provided it to me here, so I appreciate that. And then I took a look at the pictures. I want to take a look at those video walkthroughs just to get again a better sense of how much repairs it's going to need because it's not very something that I want to talk to him about is the fire damage and the extent of it. It doesn't necessarily appear to be so bad. Like it looks like maybe there was a fire in there and it was put out quickly. And now there's like soot and, a little bit of burn here and there to the point where you may just be able to like remove the cabinets that got burned and then replace them, And if that's the case, then it's really no big deal. But it's when the fire started, if the fire starts to affect the structural integrity of the property, then that's another thing. Because then it may be to the point where you have to gut it to the studs and some and start to, replace some of the interior work of it. Mm-hmm. So I'll definitely add that to I'm going to write this down. I'll add that to my list of follow-ups for Monday. Hey, what do you think, Troy? Would you be all right with me listening to the phone call on a live stream? If not, I completely understand. And don't please, if you don't feel comfortable with that, please let me know. but I just kind of had the thought. I think it may be interesting to kind of listen to it with everybody present and maybe have a conversation about it. Yeah, bro, for sure. All right, cool. I'll do that on Monday then. I'll hop on here. I will listen to it myself beforehand. That way, or maybe not. I don't know. Shoot, maybe I'll just wait till Monday to listen to it with you guys for the first time. I think I'll do that instead. That way, it's clear that it's fresh for me as well. Give me all the notes. I want to get better. Yeah, for sure. Not like I'm, and I don't want to. I bite my tongue when I go to say this type of stuff. I want to be clear that I'm not some pro, right? I want to be clear that I have little experience in all of this, but at the same time, I don't want to shy away from providing value and doing what you're saying, like giving you notes. But just know the notes that I'm giving you don't come from years of experience. They come from self-education, me learning from other people and little implementation on my end. We all beginners but growing. Exactly. So just know that when I give you notes, don't take it as Bible. Don't take it like everything that Derek says is 100% fact. And, if he's not doing it this way, that's not the way to do it. Don't think that there's, what's the saying? 100 different ways to skin a cat. And I find that to be true, especially in the industry of real estate. You start getting into the creative structuring of deals and stuff. There is 100 different ways where you can make money in this industry. So just because I'm doing something one way doesn't necessarily mean that's the only way, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way. But this is what I kind of mentioned in the beginning of my video today, and I tend to mention it in a lot of my videos. I created this YouTube channel not to be educational. I did not create this to say, hey, I know what I'm doing. You guys don't. This is how you're supposed to do it. That was not my intention at all with this channel. My intention was simply to document my own journey and share that with you guys. But in doing that, I have learned that, it's, people refer to it as the imposter syndrome, right? Where they feel like you don't necessarily belong. And that's, I think, really common in wholesaling, especially. You get on the phone with these people and you don't really even know what to say. And like, you feel like a fraud, and you feel like they're going to pick up on the fact that you're a fraud and that you have no idea what you're doing. And it's just kind of a vicious cycle. You feel that way. So when you talk on the phone, you're very, quiet, and your voice is very shaky, and they pick up on it. And now they do think that you're a fraud, but not because of the reasons why you think they thought you were a fraud, but because you're in your own head about being a fraud and it's coming through the phone. So I know that that's a very common thing. And I know that I felt like an imposter even creating a YouTube channel, because I, again, did not want it to come across as I'm Derek, I know what I'm doing and you guys don't. I didn't want it to come across like that at all. But through doing this for, many months now, I'm learning that what I have to offer is beneficial for people who are just starting out. So yeah, I'm not miles ahead of people, but I am, a couple 100 feet ahead of people who are just starting out. So I definitely have something to offer to them. So I want to help the person who's behind me. I want to, throw the rope ladder down for the person who's not comfortable kind of free climbing like I just did and just kind of figuring it out as I went. I definitely want to do that, but I want the person at the bottom of the cliff here to know that the ladder that I'm throwing down to them, it may not hold. You can climb up this ladder that I'm throwing you down. It's going to be a whole lot better than trying to climb this cliff without a ladder. But just know that this ladder, it hasn't been tested. It's only been tested a few times, and it may not hold. So just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. That's the last thing that I want to do, is start to educate you guys and steer you in the wrong direction. So please, I love that you guys hop on here. I don't want to deter you from not coming on here. Obviously, I want you guys to come on here every day and when I go live and shoot the shit with me and talk shop. But please also do your own self-education, as I do every day. I listen to hours of I don't even listen to music anymore, to be quite honest. And that's a big deal for me. I used to make music myself, and I used to live and breathe it. And anybody who you can ask anybody in my life, music was a huge part of my life. And once I embraced real estate, I pretty much stopped listening to music. And I'll listen to music, but like I won't listen. I won't go search for new music like I used to. That was what was really exciting for me, is finding new music. But that ship has sailed. When I'm driving in my car, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to YouTube videos. I'm listening to educational stuff. So do your part. Educate yourself as well. Um, don't rely on everything that I say as Bible and 100% fact. But know that it's worked for me. I have closed 2 deals. So what I'm telling you guys on here and what I kind of go on rants about, it has worked for me. So send me a DM when you go live. Bro, you're 10x better cold caller than me. I don't know how I close more deals. You only pull internet lists. You probably close more deals because you put in the time, put in the effort. I mean, I'm hardly on the calls. I need cold callers. I need them. I just don't really have the time and the money. I don't have the budget right now to be, if I wanted to pull a bunch of lists and call through them, I'm sure that I probably would be closing more deals. But yeah, I'm only pretty much pulling internet lists. I pulled a number of lists off of PropStream. I focused a lot of my efforts around virtual driving for dollars, and I just bought a new list from GeoPoint Data. So I like that list for sure. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking a lot of these are going to pop next year. I got a lot of leads in the pipeline, a lot of good conversations that are happening. And that's why I'm not really tripping. And I hear the pros say that too. They'll say that's how it goes. You'll hit a dry spell and you'll think that all hope is lost, but it's the people who stick with it that do it for 30, 60, 90 more days after they feel like all hope is lost, and then they start popping like balloons. 3, 4 deals that third month after you have that feeling. So if I had to guess, that's what's going to happen with me. I have a lot of leads in the pipeline, a lot of good conversations happening, just not really necessarily wanting to sell right now, and especially being the end of the year. So I'm hitting it hard next year. I'm going crazy next year. I'm putting that out in the universe right now so that you guys can hold me accountable, and everybody else who watches this after the fact can hold me accountable. I'm going crazy next year. So I will send you a DM when you go live. PropStream is dead for sure. Chill out on talking about GeoPoint. They have the best data, bro. I guess so. I just pulled my first list and it's on point. I've only texted it so far, and I've definitely generated a few leads. Pull County, bro. Trust me. Yeah, you go straight to the county. That's something that I got to rap with you about. I just, me being virtual, I've just turned to this stuff automatically, the internet list, because I'm virtual. It's like, how can I pull a list? Boom. Batch leads. Okay, I'll pull a list from there. PropStream, I'll pull a list from there. And then only once I started figuring out about stuff like GeoPoint did I realize, okay, yeah, there's probably benefit in buying a list as opposed to paying for a subscription like PropStream and pulling the list for free, because there are likely tens of thousands of people who have PropStream that are pulling the same exact list. So it just didn't make sense to me. Like, how are they getting this more accurate data? How are they getting these better lists? Places like GeoPoint, stuff like that. It just didn't make sense to me. But I guess when you get to thinking about it, it's like that's all they're doing. Their sole purpose is to provide good lists, whereas PropStream is like an all-encompassing, like, comping tool, data management, all types of stuff, where they're spreading themselves thin in each area, and then the lists are kind of just like one part of it. Owns all their data. Okay, so it hasn't been ran through. Yeah, exactly. They got like 300 subs on YouTube. Really? Open records request on city website. All right. Open records requests. Just don't pull GeoPoint vacant. It's the same as prop. All right. Let's ignore that as well. I tend to stay away from vacant, to be honest. I pulled one vacant list and it's just not my cup of tea. I think you got to be calling at scale if you're going to be calling vacants. appreciate all that, you guys. That's anytime you see me taking notes, I'm learning from you. So appreciate that. I'm gonna hit it. I hope all you guys have a great weekend. If you haven't already, before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button. Anybody who's in here for the first time and you like the content or you're watching this after the fact, don't be afraid to subscribe. I feel like I was always afraid to subscribe to people back in the day. YouTube subscriptions for me was just like so foreign. I was like, if I ever want to watch them, I'll just search them. But I learned that it's a lot more convenient to just subscribe to people. I don't know. That was my own thought, but I imagine that other people have that thought too. It's like, why would I ever subscribe? Like, it's just gonna start, ruining my feed. But the whole point of subscribing is to tailor your feed. So if you like this, again, don't be afraid to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm on pace, and my goal is to hit 50 by the end of the year. We're definitely on pace to hit that. Gotta head out. I'll see you on Monday, bro. All right, Troy, I'm gonna make sure to DM you before I go live on Monday. Anybody else who's in here, catch me live on Monday. I'm going to be calling Troy's lead. He had a deal fall through. I'm going to see if I can bring it back to life and pull out the old defibrillator and try to give him a shock therapy on it and, revive that lead there. That'd be really cool if we can do that. We can take that one down together. So join me live on Monday. I'll probably go live around midday, around noon Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, I think that's it. Appreciate all you guys. Have a good, safe weekend. Make sure not to get in anything crazy or do it. I don't know. Just be safe about it. Till the next one. See you on Monday, guys. Peace.